So a couple quick announcements before we get going. This Saturday is the Great Games in our first go around in Foundry. Great Games are 8 o'clock Eastern on Saturday. And that is just players from all the games that are going to be fighting each other in the sands of the Coliseum. And the winner gets a secret prize that I have not told them what it is yet. Secret prize is they get the benefit of taking me to dinner.
In Flavortown?
That sounds worth it.
Oh man, that's expensive for me. I gotta fly down first.
Oh yeah, we are going to be named to Flavortown probably. That's pretty funny. Flavortown, and then
You gotta frost tip your hair then.
I gotta wear the flame buttons, the shirt. Not this Thursday, but the following Thursday is July 2nd, and that means it is a new month, a new content theme, a new State of Erenel. But I think a lot of this next State of Erenel is going to be talking about and answering some questions to some of the living Erenel. The Discord-wide, hopefully we'll hold 50 people game. That's coming later this year. So hope to show off some of that stuff too. And the theme will be up so everyone can vote on content coming. Spoiler for Great Games, everyone has very good strategic builds, and it's gonna be a bloodbath. Everyone's been like super strategic. But it's 20 minutes late because of all the issues we had, so let's play Rise of Harlock episode 23.
Jeez, already?
Alrighty.
Episode Michael Jordan.
So we just skip to the end and go to Foundry.
You just bypass everything, get right to the end. Make sure nothing pops up that's weird. Cool. So in the last episode, the ghosty ones watched as Yusuke walked in and made a deal with the hag. But she made a deal to get his artifact weapon. The hag asked for some very important things that sounded kind of out of place, but it's up for Yusuke to decide if he wants to go down that path or not. And after he left, you saw the hag's shack grow giant chicken legs as a shout out to Baba Yaga and walk off. And then you guys had a very good RP campfire scene where a lot of you shared some of your backstory, some of your fears, some of your plans for the future.
Oh, I don't remember. I didn't write it down.
Shout out to Amelia on the YouTube comment for talking about how much she wanted to hug you guys from the emotionalness of the campfire scene. And then you entered the Kikimore cave, where you saw the strange plant-like creature, and you killed him pretty easily, pretty effortlessly. And then you met the mushroom people, those mechanids, and they asked if you wanted to meld. Some of you declined. However, Ikanik and Lucan decided to. And when you meld, you share your memories, your past transgressions, your emotions, which allowed the Mechanids to see the same beyond, the same void-like area that Lucan, Yusuke, and Sylvia all visited before, terrifying them, causing them to become hostile to you and kind of push you away. Then you made your way east, where you ran into some of the Kikimore warriors, some of the giant bugs, killing them pretty easily, although you did lose your companion Benor, who sacrificed himself valiantly to protect everyone, and who will reappear after a long rest. You took a short rest, and we pick up right after your short rest inside the Kikimore cave. So ghosty ones, after your short rest, what would you like to do?
I believe our plan was to head east.
Yes, I believe that there were some humanoids to the east, possibly Sanguis, hopefully human.
Wait, took a short rest. I'm gonna roll this real quick.
Oh, right. We rested.
Top myself off.
Yeah, I got all my spells back. It was great.
Because you're Warlock.
I got all my spells back too.
All two.
Spell
Hey, you don't got no spells.
I was like, wait a minute. What are you?
What are spells?
These things I don't have enough of.
You only use one spell anyways.
Because I can only cast 2! I need that extra one in case I need to run away.
Emilia hugs Sylvia.
Oh. Alright, we're going east.
You guys can lead the way, though. Last time I had a thing fall on my head. And that was not fun.
Oh, there are traps or
It's
something.
because you stepped in the wrong spot.
Well, that's not my fault. There was an
Can I-
actual bug on the ceiling. It tried to get me.
Should we have Sylvia check for traps then, as a rogue thing?
Is that a thing I can do? I mean, it is a thing. It's totally a thing I can do.
Should just it's a perception.
Make it
Whether it's so-
Make an investigation.
Investigation.
So just to kind of recap where you were, to your south, there the cave has these very tall stalactites and stalagmites, but the ones that hang from the ceiling stretch down very far, almost it'd be maybe a foot above Yuska's head. You're about 7.5 feet, be about a foot above you. So they stretch down very far. In front of you, there aren't as many, but the from going into this eastern corridor, a lot of the Kikimore footprints and scratch marks kind of fade away, and they don't look like this is a very well traveled, at least bug area compared to the south. But with a 17 looking around, you do see, it looks, because you're rolled so high, it looks like they've been covered up purposefully, but it looks like humanoid sized footprints. Human looks to be maybe 5.5 feet tall. Just one. That went to the east and went around the corridor. Looking up and around, you don't see anything that jumps out as trap-worthy. Although going to the east, you can see that the deeper you go into this cave, the more moisture kind of comes from the rocks.
Lucan, with every step, if he's going to be going underneath one, he is checking it to make sure it's not going to fall on him and try to eat him again.
Okay.
Creature.
So as you come around the corner, you come to a crossroads of sort. And before you step, let me kind of stretch it out a bit for you. So peeking around the corners here, I can't wait till Foundry does this automatically. This area you're stepping into, this is about 30 feet high, so it slopes upwards a bit. And you step into a forest of stalagmites, making vision somewhat difficult. Some appear broken, and the floor is strewn with bits of armor and bone in the very center of this crossroad. Since you are already aware of the footprints, Sylvia, and you're kind of watching, the footprints go around the bend up the north side. Yuska,
I'll tell the party what I see.
Okay. Yuska, with your passive, I want to whisper you something and make sure I do it in the right. It's over here.
While he's doing that, if the party's cool with it, Lucan would like to cast a alarm ritual centered here. So if anything goes through the passage behind them, he'll get a mental ping.
Does that get rid of your other alarm?
Yeah, I mean that one I think they only last 8 hours anyway. So I'd rather
Well,
use this.
As we're walking in,
Actually-
I'm gonna grab Silas's shoulder and just kind of, give him one of these.
The spell doesn't say the previous alarm disappears.
Is it concentration?
Nope.
Okay, yeah, it just stays up there. You're good.
Cool.
So your first one, I think, was by the front door, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the front door where the
It's like there.
we left. Yep.
Would he know which one's going off though? Okay.
I don't know if there's a rule for it, but
Meh.
yeah, might as well. Spell perk.
Yeah.
I'll whisper to Silas. Something's here. I'll
Alright.
step in a little bit, and I'll try to look to see where this the sound is coming from.
Make a perception.
That's the one thing I'm good at. I never roll well for it.
So, Yuska, you are not caught off guard from this because you have a high enough passive. But the rest of you will roll initiative, but there's a surprise round as one of the stalagmites tentacles slowly emerge out in the roper that was hidden amongst the forest. It's going to attack.
I knew it.
So
Oh,
roll
no.
initiative.
Did Benora die in that last fight? I can't remember.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he stayed behind the fake wall, right?
Yeah. Yes, I remember.
Alright. High initiative today, low initiative Saturday.
Yes, actually, thank you for reminding me about that false wall and to never cast it again for these monsters since they'll just disappear.
Through the wall.
Yeah.
Who am I? I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing? Looking. Oh, there you are. All right, this is a surprise round. So Lucan, Silas, Sylvia, Yuska, you go first. You see the tentacles emerging from this roper, reaching out towards you and Silas.
Too much utility. That's not good for this. I'm gonna cast Moonbeam at 3rd level on top of him.
Okay. You remember the moonbeam thing we talked about?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
So just
at the start of his turn,
Yeah.
we'll take the damage. And I will step back. Would I be concealed in that little corner in the roper? Or would I have to move further back?
I'd give you partial cover there.
Yeah, that's good. It's good enough for me right now.
All right. Ikanik, you're surprised. The roper. Con save for the moonbeam. That's a terrible roll.
Oh, that's a beautiful fail.
15.
Yep, 15 damage.
That thing's ugly.
That's a
And
lot.
Silas, 4 tendrils reach out and all 4 tendrils go to strike you. The first tendril.
Oof.
That one hits.
So because the first one hits you, you're automatically grappled. So now the Ripper is going to use his real attack on Silas. He's going to pull you 25 feet straight towards him. And he gets to make his bite attack on you, Silas.
Nope.
So you can't really reach the rest of you with the tendrils. So the tendrils all reach out, grab Silas, and you just see Silas get pulled straight towards this stalagmite with jaws. And it reaches out to bite him, and he blocks it with his whale. Top of the round to Lucan.
I'm gonna move slightly down. I'm going to. It's been within 8 hours since the last fight, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna bonus action hex him with my hex that was up from earlier, and then I'm gonna Eldritch Blast him.
You got it? Both miss. Eldritch Blast
And
just
that's
smash it into stalagmites and stalactites around. You see rock flying everywhere, but Silas, you are grappled. It is a escape DC 15. So if you want to try to get out with an action.
I can still swing at it though, can I?
All right, so you swing with the first one, and it just scrapes across, doing nothing. The second one connects, and you feel a little bit of flesh under the rock, and you tear, exposing a little bit of his flesh, and then the third attack misses.
Uh-oh.
Why are we owing?
That was your bonus action for the third attack, right? Is he okay?
Oh, I think that was
The
the
uh-oh makes sense.
Yeah. You alright, Silas?
I don't know if he can talk.
That should have been his bonus action, the third one, though.
Okay. Jump to Sylvia.
Maybe I missed it, but I definitely missed it. But what's the purple box for?
That's my alarm.
Oh, that's your alarm. Okay. I'm gonna pull out my crossbow, or not my short bow.
Silas needs a refresh.
No, I'm back.
Oh, okay, cool.
Can move there and take a shot at him.
Cool.
Because Silas is grappled, do I still get the sneak bonus?
Yep, he's still within 5 feet of him. Nice sneak roll. Oh, the 10 though.
Oh, and the 50. I couldn't even use advantage because
Yeah.
the advantage wasn't on either.
So the arrow just smashes into the roper and just falls apart. Yuska.
Alright, I'll step out. And... he hasn't been hit yet. I'll blast him with a produce flame.
21's a good hit for 13 fire.
And I'll step back.
When you hit him with fire, you see a couple of the tendrils that haven't grappled yet just start to like flail about pain.
Alright, is this thing a monstrosity?
It is, yes.
Yeah, favorite enemy. Awesome. So I'm going to go 20 feet. Can I go there? It's kind of like mostly covered, so if not, I could just go by you.
It's fine.
I can see the creature from here.
Hmm.
Alright, and I'm going to take my shot with my short bow. With monstrosity clicked. Oh, that did not add the damage. (28 plus 2). So that's with Colossus Slayer and favorite
Nice.
enemy.
So your first tag hits for 18.
Alright. I'm gonna shoot again, because
Okay.
that felt good.
Ooh.
Something to add it.
Nice.
I need to figure it out. Oh no! Sorry. No. Just ignore that.
So I got your 9 pierce so far. Hey, another 18. Got it. 36 damage.
Nice.
And I think that was 20 movement. And I'm gonna move 5 back.
Looks good.
Get him, Yuska!
So he pulls out 2 arrow shots, both go over Silas, who's wrapped up by these tendrils, being just slobbered on. Then she ducks
He's gonna
away.
make a con save.
Oh yeah, for the moonbeam, con save 13. That fail.
That is a fail.
19.
For 19.
Radiant. So as the moonbeam is still just beating down on the roper, he lets out a screech, and from that moonbeam damage, he looks pretty rough.
From the moonbeam damage? Not my
Yeah.
36?
The moonbeam put him under the threshold.
Hope, little buddy.
Thresholds.
So first we got a tendril attack on Lucan.
That hits me.
Then we got another tendril attack on Sylvia.
That too hits me. Can I use my reaction with that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna Hellish Rebuke.
Okay.
+7 to hit. My lord.
Ropers are nasty.
I have a +9.
Oh! So the Roper, as he grabs Sylvia and Sylvia's heart explodes out with the Hellish Rebuke, the 22 fire damage is enough to drop the Roper, catching him on fire, killing him. So Luke and Sylvia and Silas, you all are just so wrapped up by the tendrils, and he's kind of pull them off of you and drop them on the floor next to you. But you're no longer grappled.
Oh, I'm gonna brush those things off. I don't want tentacles on me.
I do.
Yiska will
gonna
step
go
into the crossroads right next to Silas. I told you there was something here.
You stepped out and scared it.
I was just trying to find it.
Well,
Hey, Silas, can I have one of the tendrils that you have?
Sure.
Okay, thanks. I want to cut it up into a manageable piece.
Okay.
well, it's good to know that those things get bigger. Let's
That's not a good thing.
It's called sarcasm, Sylvia. Let's
Oh,
be
can
cautious.
I search for the 2 arrows I spent?
Yeah, roll D10.
Thanks.
You know, that's something I really should be doing. I just
4, 9.
Found them both. Both the arrows
you.
you pull out of the Roper's body.
Da, 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 da.
how many arrows do you have?
32.
Okay.
So I really don't want to lose them.
Now you stand at a
Oddly
crossroads.
enough, that's how much I have too.
Well, Sylvia said the footprints went north.
Yep.
Is it alright if I take 2 tendrils? Or 1 tendril cut up into 2 pieces?
Hmm?
Okay.
That poor Roper. Oh, he was just
like-
just hungry.
Just got decimated.
Just like envisioning that, and it's just giving me like the heebie-jeebies a little bit. I don't know why.
It's a good thing we killed it quickly. Ropers are nasty. Hold on. As we're moving up. No, I don't want to burn it. Never mind. I don't have that
Oh,
many
no.
spell slots.
Eek is gonna stay back by like 5 to 10 feet at times.
Okay.
Not intentionally, but to look around.
So as you guys you're making your way through this forest of stalagmites and stalactites, you step into another large cavern. This cavern, for the most part, is empty of the stalactites and stalagmites, but it's mostly full of this phosphorescent moss that grows, and it gives a dimly blue light across this area. You do see there are more footprints here that are humanoid. These don't look to have been covered up, and they go east into the. I got to use it on this one. They go eastern to this cavern, but besides that, this cavern is pretty quiet. You do see that the water here, that the moisture seems a lot heavier here.
Do I have would I have any knowledge about the type of fungus that is growing? Be it like dangerous or not?
Make a nature check.
Okay.
Okay. So the 18, I'll give you 2 things. One is the same creature that fell from the ceiling and smacked Lucan in the face. After you saw the Roper, you understand that those creatures grow into Ropers. So that's kind of scary. Second part is that this moss, this phosphorate moss, it's not an edible moss. It's more of like a lichen, like a luminescent lichen.
I have no idea what
But
that means.
it doesn't do any. It doesn't have like any kind of special properties. It's just kind of like a weed.
All right, they're not being very careful with their footprints. What are you
Hear
laughing
your
at?
background.
Background? Oh yeah, that's Kale. Ignore her. Okay, Okay.
So, can I ask Sylvia if he sees any of the footprints that maybe have been being covered up? If those are still present?
Nope. They're just not. None of them are covered up, right?
Yep, they're just like they didn't stop to try anymore.
Oh, okay.
All right, so let's be cautious. We don't know if they're on our side or not.
Ika's gonna, at the very end, she's gonna try to carve out some of the luminous moss, and she's gonna put it in her Resmere lantern. It's not lit.
Okay. It gives off a slight, like bluish light, like a dim light.
Yeah, and she'll hook it back onto her side.
Good choice. That's good.
So as you guys come down this cavern, you still see the footprints that are going through the cavern, but they stop, and they stop at what looks to be a cave-in has happened here, and a lot of the ceiling has fallen. It doesn't look like a man-made cave-in at first glance. It looks like something, maybe an earthquake or maybe something big moving through has caused this area to collapse.
Is it completely like collapsed? Like we can't see to the other side?
Can't see the other side. I mean, you could, if you wanted to spend time to like dig, you could try that, or
So it's not like a fake. It's not like a fake wall.
well, you walk up and you push on it, and yeah, you can feel the rock. And when you push on the rock, you can feel like it's a little slimy, it's a little wet.
Oh, I don't think we can go this way.
Slimy and wet, like it's been a while, like it's long enough that like the lichenous started growing.
No.
It was like wet like the walls.
Yeah, no lichens started growing though.
There isn't like a small opening that Eek would be able to squeeze through, would there be?
Not at first glance, but if you wanted to spend time to carve one, you could.
No, not gonna make one.
So seeing the cave-in, you guys go south. Headed south, the caverns here they start to slim down a bit, and they get to about 8.5 feet high. So a little claustrophobic, a little uncomfortable. You can see roots are kind of protruding through the dirt walls around you. Every so often you'll see a little centipede and little bugs scurry by underfoot, but it is dark and it is tight.
Is anyone else worried that we haven't seen any more of these bugs?
A little bit, but perhaps they're on the other side of this cavern.
We should still be cautious.
Did we leave Eek behind?
No, sorry, I'm just drawing the map. She is like 10 feet behind though.
So as you guys you see a little bit of light up ahead compared to the very dark area that you were just in, and you see more of that same blue phosphorescent mold growing among some stalactites like before. It's kind of similar to that room you were when you saw the roper. There are some broken and jagged stuff coming from the ceiling and from the floors. There's also a lot of moisture in the air here, and you start to see now on your armor that you can start to see a water kind of building up on your armor as well.
What?
It's also
It's humid.
yeah, it's pretty humid.
It's not so much the heat; it's the gosh darn humidity.
Looking into this other crossroads, you can see 3 other openings open up, 2 that lead to the south, 1 to the east. And Yuska, you would hear very faint whispers coming from let's see if it pops up. Wrong map. This quarter.
Well, I'm following right behind Silas, so once again, I'll grab him on the shoulder very sternly.
A perception.
Give him that.
All right.
Come on.
So you say the middle one, huh?
It looks like the far east tunnel curves up, and direction towards where the cave-in happened. And then directly to your south, Silas, it leads to another very small, cramped area. And as you get a little bit closer now, you can also hear some whispers coming from that cavern. And
Are they audible? Are they like kind of just inaudible whispers?
as you're walking in, your two-sized whale says, "They speak Elvish, but I cannot make out what they say."
Would I be close enough to understand what they say?
Make a perception. Well, 12, you listen in. They're talking in such a hushed tone. You would pick up with the 12. It's almost like an older Elvish dialect, but you can't make out like exactly what the words are that they're saying.
Well, we'll just keep pushing on.
Is
What
there,
kind of
is there anything behind us or following us that I can notice?
Turn and you kind of listen and look behind you.
Oh, I want to be at the corner and be like wiggling back, but
Nothing jumps out that's alarming.
okay.
Pretty quiet, dark. In front of you, Silas, is a barricade that has been manufactured by rock and rope, and it stretches up almost like a door inside a cavern. It doesn't look very durable, but it looks like if you were to touch it, it would like make noise. Kind of just like a door hanging in the cavern, kind of fitted in place.
We could try to stealth by it.
Maybe, do you think we could just unhook it and slowly pull it off?
As you guys are standing there looking, the three elves that were behind the door, kind of watching down the area, call out to you as they pull the door to the side a bit. The elves have obsidian dark skin. The two in the front appear to be male, and then the one in the back appears to be female. The one in the back that's female has much better armor and weaponry at first glance that it looks like, but all three kind of peer out at you, and then the woman, very calmly and common, says to the six of you, "You're far from home. Do you know where you travel?"
I'll speak back in Elven, saying, "We know where we travel. We're here to kill the queen."
She'll respond in Elven to you. "You'll need to be more specific. Which queen do you speak of?" And you can see her hand kind of reach a little bit down towards her scabbard.
The Kikimore Queen. The Bug Queen. We just saw humanoid footsteps, so we decided to see if they needed help.
We are quite capable ourselves. Do not need your help. But the Kikimore Queen is not here.
What do you mean it's not here? It's not in this cavern somewhere?
I'm afraid you're in the wrong part of this cavern, this cave. You have stumbled upon an outpost of my people.
We are sorry to have disturbed. We mean no harm to you or your people.
You can see you're kind of like trying to look past you, look at everyone behind you. Do you believe you can kill this queen?
I believe that we can, Lucan says in Elvish. But it would be beneficial if you by chance have a map of the caves that you could share.
Or if you could help us.
That too would be fun.
she turns and she whispers to one of the men beside her, and he kind of fades out of view. She's kind of staring at the five of you, and she did you come here on your own regards to kill the queen? Out of the want to rid the forest? Did you come for coin? Did someone hire you?
What does it matter to you which one it is?
Because we have friends and we also have enemies. And you see the elf reemerges from the darkness, and he whispers to the woman again. You can be permitted to enter, but I'm afraid you will need to leave your weaponry with us if you want to speak to the queen.
I'll tell the party that there's another queen in here, not the Kikimore Queen, and if we want to talk to her, then we have to leave our weapons here.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to get an idea of where we are. If they've been here for some time, then maybe.
Why do we have to talk to the queen for that information?
So that we're not aimlessly wandering around this cavern.
Probably the queen's the only one that can give the authority to share information with outsiders.
Okay.
I mean, we could just check out the other places on our own.
So I'd whisper down to my weapon, like, do you recognize these people?
They are true elves. They walk with El Terrell. Doesn't mean they are not able to give aid, it just means that they may take more than what you wish to give.
Do I hear him say that?
Yeah.
Like the sword said that.
He says it
I'll
elf too.
whisper. I'll whisper to the Sice and be like, well, we can always kill them if it comes to that.
If this is an outpost, it will be well stocked, well manned. Be wary of the women.
I'll take that as a compliment.
The three true elves are kind of just in there, kind of just staring and watching. You're free to leave if you wish. Just know that this is our area. And if you want to walk in our caverns, in our halls, you will do so without your weapons.
It's up to you guys.
They said how they handled the bugs, because why are the bugs like always attacking them, you know?
Did you say that to the elves?
No,
Okay.
I just say it to the group.
I mean, we don't know that they aren't being attacked.
I just
Damn.
can't trust them.
And especially in a place like this, I don't trust us to leave or trust us without our weapons. I think it would be a good idea to bypass them for now.
Well, up to you, but I don't think we need to. We're already in over our heads in the Burmai right now. Meeting another faction seems like it might be too much.
That's true.
You see like a wry smile come from the woman, and then you see her shut the door.
I wonder if you should cast alarm here as well.
I could do that if you give me a couple moments.
While you do that, yeah, kind of walk up this way to inspect.
Okay. So Lucan casts alarm, and then you guys make your way up the northern cavern.
I feel like we're gonna run into their people up here.
The cavern ahead of you starts to get smaller and more cramped again. As you guys, at points now in this cavern, it gets so tight for Silas and Yuska. A little much easier for Luca and Sylvia and Ikanik, but the two of you are almost like forcing your way. It's almost like Descent, where you have to squeeze through passages to make it through, to get up to here. No tracks, just quiet. You eventually come to the same spot where the cave-in had happened. And then the path goes to the north, and up to the north now. When you get up close to the cave-in, you can see humanoid footprints again going to the north.
Do you think it's possible that these footprints is actually a different group of people?
Possibly.
We'll find out very shortly.
I still feel like we're gonna run into those people, and they're gonna throw hands.
Well, as long as we don't turn the corner throwing a dagger at one of them, I'm sure we can talk to them.
You know me far too well, Lucan.
So in front of you, Silas and you guys step into this cavern. It opens up much wider. The ceiling again rises almost 30 feet high. And at the north east end, it gradually slopes downwards about 20 feet. Thin webbing runs between this cave, acting as a barrier from all sides. So to step through the cave, you're going to have to, use your swords to kind of cut through like Indiana Jones going through the cavern. The footprints also stop right at the entrance to the cavern.
Can we see, like, is it really thick spider web? Or...
He said thin.
It's pretty thin. You can see all the way to the other side.
Okay.
And you can
I'm
see...
gonna scan, like, the entire cavern.
Okay.
And see if I can spot something.
While they're all doing that, I want to ritual cast Detect Magic.
Okay. So you stand in front of this, almost like doors of thin webbing. And for 10 minutes, you guys are looking around. There are very small little spiders that are scurrying across the web, scurrying across the floors and the walls. Nothing that would be like something that would say that it's like an infestation, but there are quite a bit of spiders here. Detect magic, 30 feet. So what is that? I'll probably get you like here.
It's only through 1 foot of stone, though.
Yeah, you're right. The webbing is magical.
Be careful when you cut it. The webs, they seem to have some form of magical property to them. They probably are... I don't think they're made by a spider. I think they're casted. Or perhaps there's a magical spider in these caves.
Those are not the words I wanted to hear. As a player.
Magic spiders?
Would you know anything about spiders with
1,000 eyes?
magical webs?
Oh. Lucan, you should read the chat.
Make
What's the
a nature check.
The Roll20 chat says it's conjuration.
Yeah, that's why I said it's probably a spell that was casted.
So there are a couple forms of spiders that they don't like produce web, they cast web. But from the spiders that you've heard that have done that, they're mostly like part demonic, and they come from the below. There is one form of spider that you've heard before that can do that, but it's mainly in very cold weather climate. This is a little bit more humid. But that spider, I can't remember the name, but that is a terrifying spider that you've seen before, and it can turn invisible at will.
Great.
Oh, I know what type you're talking about. They are nasty.
Magical invisible spiders.
Joseph doesn't want to fight this thing. Lucan has no idea what you're talking about.
They're also in campaign 2 of Critical Role.
Yeah, that's spider. Yeah.
They're nasty.
I think I have a miniature back there somewhere. Face spider. Face spider. That's what it's called.
That makes sense. It's like, well, I slowly kind of make my way, trying to be at least somewhat observant.
Do you think?
Yusuke's gonna be scanning as best as he can to
Do you
spot
think-
anything that's big enough to attack us.
Should Eek go first since she weighs the least? So she'd be less eating to break. The
Yeah, but
magical
you're
web.
also gonna have to cut. I'm still gonna have to cut bigger spaces for us.
I'm gonna make sure it's safe first.
So horse face.
It's fine.
I have
should
used
stay
the
back a
perception
little
behind me.
So Silas is going first, cutting, and then Yusuke's following him.
Yeah.
Is that how you want it? Okay.
I'll be behind Yusuke.
Okay. So you just walk through cutting. When you cut the first web, it looks like all the webs in unison kind of shudder. Like cutting the first web almost like hurt the other webs. You stop for a second and you look and it's quiet. You continue to cut through the next one. They cut easily. They don't seem very adhesive, very sticky. But as you're cutting, it's like sloping upwards and it's getting smaller and smaller, closer and closer to the ceiling, the farther east you go. And as you eventually cut through to the other side, you're now in another space. Even though it's wide, you're about 10 feet away now from the ceiling. Almost to the point where spiders are falling from the ceiling and like falling into your hair and on your equipment. You have to you brush them off, but
Eek, where's her?
I used my whip to push.
Can I, like, since they're like falling on me, am I able to use my reaction to hellish rebuke them?
Oh my god, don't do that.
if you want to burn them up.
Can we not kill the children spiders, the parent spiders that are invisible, please?
I'm 100% gonna do that.
I feel like you'll just light us all on fire.
No, I'll light all the webs on fire.
You should totally save
Yeah,
that.
which we're
We're
all
surrounded by webs.
You should totally save that for the the parent spider.
Well, it's a reaction. We have no choice.
It's a reaction. I can use it.
Yeah, you could use it.
So a spider falls on him and he goes, and his chest just flames up and he sees it looks like fireworks going off around him as all these spiders are just exploding.
Oh. Sylvia, don't do that.
As you cut the last webbing, cutting it almost like opens up a sound barrier, and whatever was blocking the sound from before, as you cut it, you now hear in the going down the cavern, it sounds like a very loud sucking sound, like, and you hear a groan. A groan sounds humanoid, sounds like a male creature. He sounds like he's in some kind of numbing pain.
It's a black widow.
We're gonna find the thousand-eyed spider vacuous one.
If he's just hanging out in a cave in the middle of nowhere, he's got some weird priorities.
I mean, he might. You never know.
So as you come around the corner, unfortunately not very stealthy because Silas is in the front and he has heavy ass armor. You kind of like just boom, 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 like kind of walk up. You see a pretty grotesque sight. In the northern half of the cave is a horrible half elf, half true spider, a drider, who looks up at the rest of you with very great interest. Doesn't attack, just kind of smiles. He has this very wicked grin about him. There are also 3 true elves. They appear to be extracting a green pus-like substance and injecting it into a dead true elf next to them. And as they inject this pus-like stuff into this true elf, the true elf is forming these chitinous markings in fungal growth across its body. And even though he's dead, his body is making sounds like he's alive. In the southern part of this alcove, at the very bottom, the very tip, the cave is full of very sticky webs, which is blocking. It looks kind of like an archway of some kind in this corner. but the webs are blocking it in a way that it's not truly visible, which is down here. The Drider turns and looks at all of you. Did the Queen send you to assist?
Yes.
Make a deception.
I just hope you know, I wait for all of you guys to say something first, and you'll never say anything. This happens.
Yusuke doesn't know how to deal with these situations. He's hoping that you guys do something.
Ikanik doesn't say shit.
Lucan knows whatever he says is going to be wrong, so.
Silence, you need to talk.
So with a 20, good, we need an extraction. Come, see what the Kikimore provide. And he like motions you all to come inside this cavern.
I'll walk in first. And
So when you walk in, the 3 true elves have these tubes now that you can see. The tubes are running into the dead true elf, who is growing all this fungus on one side, and he's almost becoming part of that. Like, he's starting to resemble the Kikimore a bit.
Yusuke, can I climb on your shoulders?
Sure thing, little buddy.
Okay.
Are one of you going to take his place?
actually, we've had word that one of your other servants are to take the next place.
That's unfortunate for you. Don't you want to become powerful like myself? And he kind of shows himself to you, like he stands proud at his half spider form.
One day we will be chosen. Just today is not that day.
Fortunate. The eyes have been granted, and I feel alive.
The eyes?
They've
I
been
feel like-
planted.
In you?
Yes.
Unfortunately, I'm not versed in the transformation, the whole process. I haven't been granted that knowledge yet.
Lucan, I have a suspicion he's talking about the other thing that
I'm
we
gonna
witnessed.
smack him before he finishes talking.
Ah. Do you have eyes? You can see the truth.
From what I understand, I just have these two. None that are supernatural. I haven't been able to go through the transformation myself.
You all remain idiots. You need to cleanse your beastly ways.
At that point, I kind of grip my scythe a little bit tighter.
Lucan, is the spider person talking about
Yes.
Echo? Oh.
No. What? No. What? No,
Well, Echo
The
has
vision,
some
not
weird eyes.
she doesn't have a third.
Oh, extra eyes. Okay.
Anyways, shall we...
I can't believe that's where I didn't think that's where that was going, to be honest.
No.
No! Echo? Oh.
Well, if it is the Queen's wish, the Drider points to the dead, half chitinous, half fungal elf that's being pumped through, full of the Kikimore pus and blood. And you see the 3 true elves remove the tubing from its body, and as they pull it out, it like starts to spray everywhere, and he starts to convulse a little bit. And as he convulses a bit, he stands, and his eyes open. He walks towards you, but he walks towards you like in a weird, like ghastly way, like he can't move properly. And he walks up. Take me to the Queen. And as he says that, the Drider just takes his one of his legs and he jams into the back of this true elf next to him. The true elf falls to the ground, and as he falls, the other 2 true elves rush over and just jam the tubing into him and start to pump the green pus into this true elf.
I don't like this.
I'll take him to the Queen if you guys want to finish up helping here.
Sorry, is that directed at us, saying that we should stay and you should leave?
Yes.
If
Sylvia,
you're
do
planning
your
to
thing.
do that, I'd rather not leave individually. We should at least go in pairs.
Sylvia, do the thing that you do.
I will do the thing that I do, just around the corner.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Is that in Jesus Christ?
The Drider looks over at all of you. What is the thing that you do?
I help him walk. I'm gonna help him walk. That's the thing that I do.
But he has eyes and you don't.
Yes, I understand that. But as you can see, he's having a little trouble walking.
Thank you for the follow. I hope I say this right. Is Mufa? Appreciate it. Make another deception check to see if you can.
I swear,
Oh, God.
my party needs to learn how to talk.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yuska's gonna start just stroking his staff a little bit, just getting ready for what he knows is about to happen.
The Drider looks over at Sylvia a little, not confused, but he has like this very sinister look about him. Remove the tubing. And he points at Sylvia. Prove yourself. Grant yourself eyes.
The Queen has said that it is not our time. When the Queen okays it, I will gladly be the one to get the eye.
What the Queen does not know does not hurt the Queen. She's not here with us now, and I follow someone higher and more powerful. Because I can see beyond the Queen.
Who is that you follow?
You must have eyes to truly see and understand who I follow.
Surely it must have a name.
To hear its name without the eyes will drive you insane. Drive you mad.
I doubt that.
Then I will speak the name.
Eek is gonna cover her ears.
You cover your ears?
Yeah. Just like
Anyone
she's
else?
scared.
Anyone else see Eek and wants to follow suit?
Nah, I'm gonna start getting insane.
No, Lucan's gonna straighten his back. He's getting ready for something to go south here.
So he says, Strider says this very deep speech name. All of you roll wisdom saves. That did not cover your ears.
Yay, wisdom saves my worst.
Real talk though, outside of like what's going on right now, if I did do that, would I turn into a spider person?
I don't know, maybe.
I mean, that elf dude does not look like he's a spider. He looks like he's a one of those like ants infected by the fungus that controls them.
Yeah, but that'd still be cool.
Yeah, so
To be
the
controlled.
true elf is moving kind of like a clicker. He's like... But, Yuska, Sylvia, and Lucan, you hear in deep speech the name go off.
Silas is going to use his inspiration.
So I was going to use inspiration? Good call, use inspiration. So because you have been blessed by the gods, Silas, with your inspiration, you also hear the name. Does anyone speak deep speech?
Not me.
Okay.
No.
So you hear the name, but you're not able to like really put the name with what it means in common or in a language that you understand. But just hearing the name, it sends a shiver down your spine and it makes you shudder a bit. And you get a very slight, almost like headache in the back of your spine. And then it fades. And the Drider smiles.
That is a particularly long name.
It has many names.
Either way, I don't think the Queen would appreciate knowing that one of the unready servants are prematurely turned. She might not be as intelligent as you, but I'm sure she'll notice one of her servants having been turned when it is not their time.
The true elf that's, as you're saying this, the true elf that's next to you starts to shudder and shudder and shudder, and then you see its head kind of cracks and falls to the side, and you see its brain stem is sitting there, and the small cocoon is sitting on the side of its head, and it's walking with this cocoon next to its now shattered neck, and it looks normal, like it doesn't even feel like it's in pain. It just kind of
Is his head still attached though?
His head's
Is it
attached
broken?
and it's kind of like it's hanging there, and then next to him is this cocoon that's grown out of his brainstem.
Nearly headless snake.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just standing there
Now-
staring at you.
If you'd let me take him back to the Queen, then I can come back and retrieve the next person when they're ready.
The Drider looks at the true elf, and he... Does anyone have... actually, roll insight. All 5 roll insight on the Drider. Oh! How do we get a crit to it with the 0? Yusuke and Sylvia, you see the Drider looks euphoric seeing what has happened and almost surprised. Looking upon the spore servant true elf. Yes, you must get him to the Queen quickly.
Okay, I'll start walking away with him, but I'll walk behind him.
Okay.
Specifically behind him.
So he walks past the 4 of you. His head just kind of it kind of bobs,
Ew.
and he walks past.
When we get a little further away, I'm going to sleight of hand take out my sword and attack the spore that's on his neck.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check and then make an attack.
Gross. It's gonna like squirt pus.
I hope it squirts all over you.
Ha! That's what she said.
Good sleight of hand.
Gross.
Give me
You
an,
want me
give me an
attack?
attack roll with advantage.
Yusuke's gonna step back 10 feet.
Oh, he's with you.
Yikes. Okay.
So fortunately, his armor class is pretty bad.
Oh, okay.
And with 17, you jam your short sword to this pussy brainstem cocoon that's emerged from this thing's body, and as you pull and you slice down, this the true elf lets out this ghastly scream which echoes into the chamber where you guys are. It's like, "Ah!" And you see this large embryo fall out of the cocoon and land next to you, and then start to it burns the ground like acid, and the true elf falls. And as it falls, the Drider sits up, and he you can see the furiosity in his eyes, and he pulls out his long sword. Roll initiative.
You couldn't wait till it was like a little bit farther away?
It screamed. It wouldn't have
It
mattered.
screamed, yeah.
I wasn't expecting it to scream so loud.
See, if I knew it was going to scream, I would have created a silence area so you could have killed it with no problem.
I
knew it was
too
gonna scream.
I was.
would have.
Yusuke was gonna wait for Sylvia to come back before attacking the Drider too.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what I
no.
was expecting.
Yeah.
I need. Who am I missing?
Sorry.
There you go.
I mean,
Some good initiative rolls.
I convinced her to kill one of the other servants though, so I made it a little easier.
So Sylvia,
That's
you stab, and the embryo falls out and starts to like just melt on the floor next to it and dissolves. And then you hear the Drider pull its sheaths. You can see Yusuke is like starting to ready himself. You can see that combat's about to happen in the cavern.
I'm gonna move here and use my bonus action to switch to my short bow and attack the Drider.
Okay. "15 misses. So the arrow flies at him, and he uses his longsword and he blocks this attack. Silas.
I'll take a step forward.
Ooh. You pull Whale out double size and you come swinging with both sides at this Drider, and he deflects all 3 of your attacks with his longsword. No damage.
Oh crap. Okay.
In response, the Drider is going to take 2 longsword attacks. Then he's going to bite you, Silas. Longsword 1.
Nope.
Longsword 2.
Nope.
And bite.
Nope.
Wow.
That's his turn. Eek.
Okay. Well, did Yusuke put me down?
No.
Okay.
You should still be on my shoulders.
Okay. On top of Yusuke's shoulders, Eek is going to pull out a dagger from her side and chuck it. Actually, did this guy get hit yet?
No.
Or just the Drider's been getting hit?
No one's been hit yet.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I'll hit this true elf with a dagger.
Okay.
Is it a monstrosity? It's just a true elf.
Nope, it's a humanoid.
Okay. One could hope.
19
think-
hits.
Did it? 1d8. I don't know where this. Yeah, okay. That's correct.
The second number is because you're advantaged crit, technically.
Yeah.
Okay.
But 7 damage is enough to kill him. As he
Yeah.
he hasn't even like looked up. He's just still holding the tube in, and then all of a sudden, just the dagger just catches him in the side of the head and kills him.
All right. I'm gonna take out my second dagger. It's on my other hip. Can I see this guy?
Yep.
All right. I want to chuck it at him.
You got it.
Oh no!
Ooh.
Oh no! Advantage.
You gonna use your advantage?
Yeah. It's
All
my
right.
last dagger.
So the gods have granted you advantage, and you, as you do, your dagger holds true. As it strikes the true elf, it's kind of the same deal. You just hold out 2 daggers and kill both of the true elves that were pumping that dead true elf.
Yeah. Go.
Good job, little buddy.
So
you
as,
really should use your bow more. You're much better with it.
It's still a +9.
Because the true elves have died, the 2 tubes that were in the true elf have fallen out, and now they're just flying around like just spraying Kikimore fluid everywhere. The gods grant inspiration, yes, Sissy G.
I think she's gonna claim herself a god in a moment.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, partner.
Silas has advantage.
I got a whole party of inspiration for you guys, CCG, when you start up whatever replaces die numbers.
I was gonna say I only have like 50-some thousand points.
I'm at like 68, and I don't have a campaign to burn them on right now.
Luke is up.
I'm going to bonus action Hex the Drider, and then do the unexpected of Eldritch Blasting them twice.
You got it.
What?
The first one hits. Give me some hex damage.
Sorry, it's not casting the spell, it's just highlighting the name. Something's weird.
Okay. So your first Eldritch Blast attack slams into the Dryad, putting a very large hole through his left forearm that shoots through the side. And the second one, he sidesteps and it smashes into the wall behind him. Extra 3 damage.
And that is, I'm gonna actually step back a bit.
You got it. Goes to Yusuke.
Do I? Well, those 2 guys are dead, so that changes that plan. So I'll just do this then.
Okay.
Would be.
So you drop Moonbeam on him. Boom.
I haven't adjusted my spells since me and Lee talked about the wording on the spells, so
It's okay.
we need a long rest. We need a long rest.
You can move if you want to, too. If you do, Eek will be on your shoulders.
You can
No,
got
I'll stay.
inspiration.
I'll stay where I am.
Top of the round is Sylvia. Sizzy G passed him out.
I'll just shoot my shot.
Oh, miss. The arrow goes wide, smashes. Top it around is Silas.
Oh, I wonder what I'll do.
Can't wait till I'm level 8 and I can up my dex.
The 19 hits. For 11 slash. And as your weapon connects, you can hear the king. They don't deserve to be elves. Kill them all. Kill them. The Driders turn into a cheese pizza.
That sounds really good right now.
Do you want to keep standing here? Or do you want to move?
No, I'm fine. Yeah.
Okay. So he has con save. He gets advantage on his saving throw. It doesn't matter.
That's only 8.
8, and he takes 8. The hell? Seeing what he's up against, the Drider is pretty smart. You see, with his bonus action, he puts away his longsword and he pulls out this very large longbow. And he took the most damage from Lucan.
How? No.
Took 8 from Yuska. He didn't attack him. Sylvia missed. Yeah,
I don't know. I did the most damage to him technically.
Yeah, but he tried to hit you and you see how hard it was. So he's just shooting over your head now. Longbow Lucan, 14? 14?
That does. The 14s hit me.
Oh.
19.
So does the 19.
Yikes.
14 on the first, 13 on the second, 8 on the
Poison
third.
damage too on top of it.
These 3 large arrows, and they bleed this green sludge off of them. And then the Drider's going to sidestep to here. Then sidestep to there. As he like scurries around Silas, and like, you know how the spider kind of moves sideways? He like moves sideways around you. You can eat.
Alright. I see this Strider coming closer. So I want to get off of Yuska's shoulders. I'll go there. I'm gonna touch Lucan and cast Cure Wounds at first level.
Nice. Heals for 14.
And that's my action. Oof. I don't think I have a bonus action. So I'll just take a step back behind Sylvia. Like, Lucan, you gotta be more careful.
So Lucan heals for 14.
That's Colossus Slayers on that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, no, it's only hit for 9. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
She healed you for 14, then she stabbed you for 5.
That's too much.
So sorry, is it 14 or just 9?
Just 9.
Just 9.
Okay.
Don't know why Colossus Slayer's on that.
That makes more sense.
Yes, Colossus Slayer heals other people, just hurts other enemies.
That's local damage. I don't understand.
Sorry, was having a conversation about food and trying to decide if we should have some.
What you get?
The answer is yes.
The answer is yes. That's how much we've gone so far.
Hi, Echo.
Yeah, look at him.
Hey.
I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt on the Drider.
Ooh.
At
Spell?
advantage using my Proud Ambition.
An
Not-
actual spell?
Using Eldritch Blast? What?
Oh,
Are you
that's a
really
hit.
a warlock? Oh, nice.
21
Dang.
radiant. Nice.
And
Nice.
6 extra on top of it.
Yeah, and then I'm going to use. No, I think that's it. Yeah, and I'm gonna back up, so I'm not
Just do it
near him.
Yeah. Doing like Ganzo doesn't die. He's just dying next turn.
So the next person to attack the Drider has advantage.
Wait, how much HP did you have?
1.
He had one?
I had 1
Yeah.
HP at the end of that attack, yeah.
I was like,
That's why I'm getting out of
No,
it.
you didn't heal yourself. You're still at 10.
So the guiding bolt shoots from Lucan's his mace, smashing into the Drider, illuminating the Drider in the darkness. Then he jumps back a bit, out of range. And it's Yuska as soon as roll 20. There you go.
All right, action. Move the moonbeam to be right back on top of him.
Okay.
I'm gonna step back. Bonus action. I'm gonna burn the last 3 of my balms on Lucan.
Stepping on Eek.
So heal another 15. And then I'll step back. And yeah, it's your turn.
All right.
I'm assuming I have a higher AC than Sylvia, so.
Yeah, I mean probably. But Sylvia's gonna use a bonus action to take her sword out, and she's gonna walk up to him.
Oh, okay. Oh.
And not hit, because apparently I can't hit this guy.
Yeah.
So I will end my turn.
Oh no.
You could have moved back.
I take an attack of opportunity. I'd rather just take the attack.
Silas is up.
Well, I'm gonna go there. Hopefully, I can't really sneak around.
Okay.
And
Oh, all 3 attacks go wide and missing. The Drider uses its
Hey,
longbow and
jeez.
uses it to deflect and block, but none of the attacks hit. You missed by 1 on the whale.
well, that's about all I can do.
It's scary.
You hear this very loud from your scythe as you miss all 3 times. He is very mad at you. Con save for the moon. Yeah, half damage.
Yeah, half damage.
The Drider bonus
he doesn't
action.
get to show his true form if he was a shapeshifter.
So even with the guiding bolt advantage, there are no attacks that have hit so far. Damn.
No, Lucan's thing to hit.
No, but the guiding bolt gave the next attack,
He has next attack advantage.
Which
Oh,
was
missed.
already, yeah.
which was Sylvia missing.
Yep.
So bonus
Yeah,
action.
Sylvia's great.
Drider puts the longbow away and then pulls out his long sword. And he's going to attack Sylvia.
Can I tell him no?
So
Well,
miss on the
the-
first and next 2.
yeah.
You're gonna assume you're gonna fire him.
Hell yeah, I am. At least get some damage in there.
Right. So he gets advantage on a save.
Lucan, you healed another 15, by the way.
Takes half.
Oh, thank you.
He takes half of the fire and he hits you for 17 slash. 2 strikes across the chest. He sidesteps a bit to there, but he can't get away from the moonbeam. Goes to Eek.
All right.
Actually, if I move there, Silas, you can swing at me if you want to.
Yeah, might as well. Oh,
That hit. Wait, no.
no.
I'm gonna take out. I don't know if this is gonna do anything, but I'm gonna take out one of my silver arrowheads. Switch my. Well, I don't have a weapon on me, so I'll take out my short bow and use a silver arrowhead.
Okay.
Silver head arrow. And shoot. Is it a monstrosity?
It is.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
Why doesn't it do it though? God, fuck.
Gah.
That's right, you'll have to manually do it in Foundry for now.
Oh no. That's not right.
12 on the first one. That's a hit. And as that arrow hits, you can see he falls a bit as he's looking pretty weary from the damage he's taken so far.
I have no idea if that helped, but it seemed like it helped. So I'm gonna take out another silver-headed arrow. And I will shoot again.
Okay. 13.
With advantage.
You gonna blow up?
Yeah.
All right. The gods have spoken. They want Ikanik to hit. 15 damage. The second arrow cuts it across. How you want to do this?
Yeah! I want to take its head off. Well, probably not. Just arrow sticking straight out through the neck.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
The Drider falls next to his dead brethren, and this green sludge that keeps spouting out from the Kikimore War as the hoses are still flying everywhere. The battle is over.
It's okay,
Can I-
Luke. You can come back.
I want to inspect the longbow and the arrows.
Okay.
Good job, everyone. I'm glad no one got severely hurt.
And I'll cast that on Lucan.
Yeah. I'm going to touch Sylvia with the head of my mace and use its ability to heal. So you get 20 HP back, Sylvia.
Nice, thank you.
Heals to full.
Um,
What about the arrows? Seem anything?
2 arrows in his pouch look to be pretty well made.
What about the rest of his arrows? Like, how many arrows does he have?
So on his quiver on this side, he has a full quiver of 20, and then he has these 2 arrows next to the 20 that they look to be pretty well made.
Those are the probably ones that hurt. Take them.
I try to find my silver-headed arrows. See if they're okay.
Yeah, roll a d10.
And your daggers.
And my daggers.
I'm gonna take the 20 arrows and give 10 of them to Eek.
Thanks, home.
So Eek, you pull out your 2 daggers out of the heads of the dead true elves. What's up, Pug Lover? And they look fine. You grab one of your silver arrows, looks fine. However, the other one, the killing blow, arrow has shattered.
Okay.
So I want to kind of. You said this was covered in web.
It's covered in very thick webbing that it blocks what's behind it.
Can I slice through it?
So cutting through, a couple things stick out. One is the web. Cutting through the web reveals this archway, and it looks almost like a commandment has been carved into the rock. And on the commandment it says, "Grant them eyes, grant them eyes, plant eyes on their brains to cleanse their beastly idiosities." At the bottom of it, there is some calligraphy tools, which you can, if anyone wants to take calligraphy tools, which was used to carve. And then there are 3 large purple gems.
I'll grab the gems.
So it's not like one of your puzzle archways?
No.
What-
It's like
That's what I thought it was when you first mentioned it.
okay. Yeah, it's just like a religious kind of steeple.
Does
Oh, so
anyone-
it's not actually an archway.
No, it's not like a magical Almadoon archway. Oh, did you guys get? Oh, I should have put that there.
Yeah, that's what I
My
thought it was when
bad.
you first said it.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta wait for what I sent you yesterday.
Oh, that's true. Gallus found this really amazing archway, like movable animated map for Foundry. Looks pretty badass. Like the archway like pulses and spreads. It's cool.
Does anyone have any
I'll take the calligraphy set.
on them?
What was it?
Have any
Eek?
what, sir?
Does anyone have any vials on them or containers of liquid?
I have some empty vials.
I have this wild magic potion you could dump out and replace, I
Oh,
suppose.
no, we gotta keep that one, but can I have that too?
I suppose.
Okay, thank you, Lucan.
I don't know. I would. I'd push him over and be like, "No."
No,
What's the worst that could happen?
I
Do you
mean,
remember when she got 40 feet tall inside the cave?
I do
that
remember
was
that.
great! That was so fun!
It's okay, little buddy. I still have 3 on me.
I'll put it back in my pocket then.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you
How many vials did you want?
2, please.
All right, I'll give you 2 vials.
Okay, thanks. Do you want a vial too of like the green stuff?
No, I'm good.
Okay. I want to collect some green oozy stuff.
Oozy stuff. If you're enjoying the ghosty ones, hit that follow button. They play every Monday, and they're awesome.
He collects all the shit.
Looking
Sometimes literally.
Sylvia does stupid shit.
Do the thing.
Looking at this, I think the queen is the queen. We have to kill the queen. Either queen, both queens.
All the queens.
Well, definitely this this elven queen is not a good one. If she's mandating people turn into that thing.
They're worshipping the vacuous ones. We should purge them from this place.
I agree.
At first, I think we should maybe rest.
Maybe not a long one, just a quick rest.
I'm getting pretty tapped on my spells.
Well,
Well, I feel like someone will coming down this way at some point to check on them. So
Definitely not here.
Well, we do have the alarm up for almost 8
True.
hours yet.
I can make another one for the next 8 hours, just at the
If
entrance.
we
Yeah,
if
for
we
our long
camp
rest.
over by the cave-in, I have my bubble.
Well, we can camp here as long as we have an alarm set. So
I don't really want to camp next to dead bodies. It kind of smells a little funny.
We can head out towards where that cave
you want
collapsed.
to camp where the spider webs are?
No, there was a lot of little spiders, and
Yeah.
Sylvia might burn them again.
Well, it's a little
Yeah.
cramped in the other areas, so
I think it was okay.
Well, there's enough room for us all to lay down, and once I set that alarm, we should be safe.
Plus, if they know about the cave-in, they shouldn't bother to come down with the hearth.
Yeah, I mean, we could even, loop back around to this side of the cave-in. They have no reason really to go down that tunnel.
Did any of your other alarms go off? Because if not, then essentially this passageway should be okay then.
Not yet, no. But, that could just mean that another... Chances are, with this Drider dead, that they'll probably send someone to investigate.
so either we go here and set an alarm here to cover both ways in. or
I
we
feel like
stay
that'd be
where we
way
are.
too close. By the time that alarm goes off, there's arrows in our butts.
Yeah.
But then there's
I can
There's
set
no-
multiple alarms, so I can put one like here, and we should be fine.
that would be the other way, I guess. Yeah.
We could go where the spiders are. Maybe we could just like create a
Luke's
little
not
fire.
sleeping in a pile of baby spiders,
Yeah.
alive and dead.
It's okay.
I'll just set them all on fire.
Econik didn't even bring any pillows. God damn it.
I have a pillow.
IPA.
Aren't there pillows in the bag of holding?
No, on the top of my backpack. I have one of the pillows that Eek gave me from the manor.
Eek
So I'm
took
just
all
walking around with a pillow on my back.
Well, you guys, you come around the corner, you can see the dead true elf with the embryo in the shattered cocoon and the pus covering this entire room, and you can see part of the embryo has fizzled out and turned into like almost like an ash, but you can see where it was like melting into the ground.
I want to investigate that if possible.
Did that green ooze hurt me at all? Was it like
Maybe
easy?
do like Arcana or History to see if it's like of our world.
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
Was the green ooze like okay to get into the vials? It wasn't any issue.
You doing the ooze from the Kikimore warriors, or are you doing the ooze from the nucleus?
What's the nucleus?
The thing that
The
came
thing
out of
that
that.
came out of the sack.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was with the Kikimore warrior.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty easy to put inside the vials. But the 13, It's very alien-like, and you've never seen anything like it. It looks otherworldly.
Well, whatever this was, it's definitely not from our plane.
It looks almost like a shatter, like you know when you crack an egg in a skillet, and it's like looks kind of like that.
Perhaps these elves are trying to create that what was it that thing was saying?
Oh, it seemed like it wants to create more Kikimores.
But that this doesn't look like one of the bugs. This looks like something else.
Something with.
Well, unless the Kikimores are from the vacuous and it's trying to impose
It's possible, but
itself into that.
they still just look like bugs. Yuska, you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Hmm. Well, to be honest, I don't particularly know or care what it is they want to do.
Well, unfortunately, caring is the first step to know how to stop it. We have to learn in order to prevent it from happening.
Well, I think this is a fight that will require knowledge beyond what we can gain here. For now, I think the most we can do is just get rid of the rest of the elves, if that's even what they are anymore.
Yes, I do think we should deal with the bugs first, though, if we can. That is what we were set out to do, and I'm getting quite tired of being pushed one way and another without finishing a task.
Is the queen an elf queen or the Kikimore queen?
Well, assuming the elves were telling the truth, it's not their queen that we're after.
Okay.
But
I feel like they might be related, though.
would not surprise me. As much as the elves didn't seem like they were lying, they were also killing their own to infect them with the other things that we're trying to kill. So maybe they are the same.
Did anyone investigate the Drider's body? Like, I know we looked at his weapons, but just curious.
Yeah,
Not
Silas.
that I know.
Silas got
Okay.
a pretty good look at him.
Okay.
Bourbon raffles. It's pretty
Yep.
cool.
Well, I guess we're gonna head down, back a little bit.
So wherever you guys want a long rest at, drop your tokens over there.
Do you just want a long rest here?
Or short rest.
Not with dead bodies, no.
You want a short
So you
rest
want a
or
long-
a long rest?
You want a long rest over there again? Over in that area? Or this area?
I would say there, yeah.
Okay.
You put up a couple of alarms then?
This is going to be a long rest, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Sylvia keeping watch, kind of just resting, as she usually does.
Read my book.
2 alarms are up. So as you guys long rest, I'll roll for what happens when we get back. But let's do a quick little break. Let's get in before anything else crazy happens. So we'll be back in like 2 minutes, chat. Refreshing the drinks.
Oh.
And we'll see what happens from here. It's getting pretty wicked. We'll see you soon. everyone's coming back. Let's do a little bit of chatting while everyone's getting here. Lanes for the raffle? That's pretty badass.
That's like the lowest tier.
Oh, okay. A Pappy's 23.
What's funny is the last one I was at, somebody took a different bottle for a Pappy 23. We were like, what the hell?
Is everyone like,
person
what?
thinking? Well, I mean, it's a raffle for the chance to buy it, obviously. So it's. But it's still, it's like. You first person picked. You picked the 23.
Oh, before long rest, eat cast Goodberry. So what do you think of the story so far? All this void stuff's coming out.
We got a lot of cleansing to do.
All the spooky stuff, all the vacuous ones. All the spooky boys. So if you're just hanging out and chat, you like D&D, Ghosty ones are every Monday at 7. Another campaign starting up on Saturdays, but this Saturday we're doing the Great Games. We're doing a Battle Royal. You get to watch everyone fight each other in the Great Arena. Billy says Twisted and Warp, very interesting. That's good. Hey, as long as it's interesting. What I usually do when I make games is I give an overall kind of theme and area, and then I kind of see where the backstories, how the backstories fall in, and a lot of the backstories had some very twisted stuff. The ghosty ones are twisted.
I'm back.
Hey, if you want to read up on what these vacuous ones are, I put an article out pretty recently on the World Anvil.
Yeah, I read, that was a really good article. I read that the other day.
You guys just saw your first nucleus. What are you eating?
It is a Korean ice cream fish with red bean in it.
What?
Mm-hmm.
That looks good.
Sounds interesting.
Eat a little bit more to get the red bean, but it's like a waffle. Oh, shut up.
All right, let me jump to combat so you can show the chat. Almost there. Ah, okay, it's up. Ah! Yeah, that's
There it is.
yeah.
Ba-ba-ba.
It looks like a goldfish.
It does. It's the only fish with a head that I like to eat.
Goldfish are just little carp.
That's nasty.
They are.
It's so gross.
All right, just waiting for Lucan to get back, and then we'll get on. So I got your good berry cast. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, no, go ahead. Mine was not related to D&D.
I saw the eat cast goodberry.
Mm-hmm.
Was there something you wanted to do with it, or?
No, I just wanted to store them.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm just gonna say I have emotes now, or I gotta get emotes, and I have ideas for 2 of them, but I need ideas for the last one.
Wow.
Oh, for your affiliate?
Yeah.
Do you want to share? Or you want to keep them secret until you get them?
Well, one of them is gonna be like me with like a thumbs up saying GGEs, and the other one's gonna be me like kind of like quivering saying yikes.
Nice, that's good.
But I don't know what to do for a third one yet, because I only get 3 to begin with.
GG's good. Yikes is good.
What about like a hello?
Yeah, like a greet.
Yeah, like a greeting.
Oh yeah, I could do that with like a waving.
Yeah. Or a rage.
Mm-hmm. I'll send you those.
Yeah.
too.
Maybe I'll go with the waving one now, and then when I unlock my next batch, I'll do a rage.
I think it's. Oh, what is it? Is it 25 subs get you 4th? I think 50 subs gets you the 5th. I think that's what it was. That's dope though, dude. Got that affiliate.
Yeah. And I got my first sub. My friend subbed as soon as I hit it.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Now the real grind. Because you got to get partner. It's like what is it? I think it's 75 average viewers for a month.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. I think it's for the people that do get partner, it takes them like 3 years. 3 years of grinding. But Mixer died today, so maybe more viewers will be flocking over.
Yeah.
Mixer didn't really have that much of a market share. So.
Boss Cutter Fly is inspiring the fish ice cream. Appreciate it, Sable. S and chat for Mixer.
Does it taste like fish?
Oh, it's
Or like-
vanilla ice cream with red bean.
Oh, okay.
It's a fishy ice
Fish
cream.
fish ice cream.
And it's just a waffle. It's a soft waffle, so it's not like great.
Massive F's. All right. There he is.
Sorry, I was making cheese and crackers.
Yeah.
Decided to stop halfway through, and Kale's gonna finish the job.
All right, time to storm the castle.
So the 8 hours goes by. Sylvia, every now and again you hear just the slight rumblings of what sounds like movement, burrowing. Not in your vicinity, but a ways away from you. Then every now and again you just hear the soft like stuff rushing by caverns. Mostly to the southwest is kind of where you hear it from. But I rolled pretty poorly, so a long rest in the dungeon is successful, and you guys awake, feeling refreshed. And Benor's back. After the 8-hour rest, Benor just
Hooray.
reappears next to you guys.
Nope.
Where'd you at, Benor? There you are. Boop. So during the rest, as soon as the 8 hours is complete, there's this very sulfurous smell, and you see Benor kind of rip his way through the air, and he steps out. I protected you, master.
You did. Thank you. Sorry
Hey,
you had
Shield,
to
how you doing?
die, though.
I have returned. So after a long rest, Ghosty Ones, what would you guys like to do?
Well, do you want to go to the elves, or do you want to explore the caves more to the southwest?
I don't really like the elves.
I think we should finish up the bugs.
I think we should just kill everything in here, but that's just me.
Well, of course you'd think that.
Well, at least the bugs and the elves.
Well, I believe that's the two things in here we're looking to kill.
Well, there were the fungus people.
They were nice
Oh.
though.
They were cool.
Well, let's deal with the bugs first. Perhaps at least some of the elves have not completely been corrupted, and we can talk to them. Maybe get some sense straightened out through the rest.
Yeah.
Well, let's go deal with the bugs first.
And sanguis don't like blood.
Going.
Which tunnel do we want to continue off from, though?
Well, if we're gonna go, we might as well go back. I would say to where we killed the. Yeah, down that way, down here.
Wait. I think
Well, we killed the thing in this room here.
No, we killed it here, wasn't it?
yeah, it
That
was
right
like,
here.
That was the stalactite
The roper.
monster, but the
Yeah,
bugs
this
we
is-
killed here.
I think the DM said that over here there wasn't very much bug scratches. I think. Unless you said it was this direction.
No, it was where we were going. There wasn't many bug scratches.
Oh, okay. Then we go this way. Or we could just go back to the main room where the violet fungus
Stop
is.
smiling, Lee. We could go back here and then and go down.
What did the violet fungus, not the violet fungus, the myconid? What do they tell us?
Myconids.
Myconids. Insects never go to the mushroom people. Insects cluster by water. Someone touched with trances here too. Past waters on this side of the mountain.
I say we just might as well wander over here and then follow the cave south.
Yeah. I mean, that should be just fine. Well, we did get information that the bugs come from the south. So which south, we don't know.
I'm going here.
Guys, we still have so much of this to explore.
I'm going here.
We've done like a third.
Here, this is the whole map chat. Woo! Woo!
I think we should split up into teams of 2 so we can cover more ground.
That sounds great.
All right, let me jump to you
That
guys.
sounds how we're gonna die.
That never goes poorly in any Dungeons and Dragons, in any tabletop game.
In any type of game.
Splitting the party is always a good idea.
Always split the
We
party.
cover more ground.
Well, IPA says always split the party, and then Box Cutter says never split the party.
One of them is lying. And obviously it's Box Cutterfly, because you always split the party.
So I'm gonna, if I see this kind of opening, I'm gonna poke my head kind of, so I can see kind of into it.
Okay, so I'll show you what you see. All right, so as you guys step through the stalactites and the stalagmites through the same forest area that you were, and you can see all the skitter marks from the insects going to the south. You see a cave. The cave is thick of mud. It appears to be guano covering the ground. In the western part of the cave, broken rocks in the tilt of the ceiling reveals that the cave has collapsed somewhat recently. To the south, you can hear running water. With each footstep, the mud and the guano, as you get closer to the cave, your feet start to sink into it. It's very deep.
So can we see that like it's collapsed right here?
So it's collapsed here. Oh, it's not working. Oh, hold on. There. Boop. Where the red
It's
is.
collapsed over there.
Yeah.
Yiska. Yiska.
He sees guano and's like ammo.
I did. I picked up.
I dip all my arrows in it.
It's a little deep for me to keep walking. Can I be on your shoulders?
Yeah, sure, little buddy.
Thanks.
He's gonna get poop and use his fur.
We'll kind of step in
We're all
here then.
stepping in poop.
So as you step in, Silas, you start to sink. The farther you walk, the deeper the mud gets. And when you get to about there, the mud is almost to your thigh.
Ikanik would have drowned in poop.
Each step full of shit and mud is taking just more effort and more effort. You're able to move, but it's just very taxing on you. You're moving at half speed.
Wait a minute. I have a rough terrain thing.
You're riding on top of Yuska.
I know, I think it's a group. Difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel. As a natural explorer, I've explored.
A natural poop traveler.
You glide through the poop like nothing.
So you float over top the mud? How does that work?
No, in addition, you are skilled at navigating the wilderness. You gain the following benefits when traveling for an hour or more. So I guess we haven't traveled.
Oh, that's probably like outdoor
I-
travel.
It doesn't
Yeah.
say outdoor travel. It just says wilderness, which is like any place that's wild. I don't know.
But you see Ikanik doing backstrokes over the guano, moving at the same speed. Eek is a shit walker. Eek has the poop strider.
She's a poop demon from Dogma.
Yeah. No,
So just to double check, we're crawling through this pile of poop to get to a cave-in.
No,
No.
the cave-in's there. We want to see what's here.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's a dead end too. It looks like a dead end on the map.
I
It
know.
looks like
so
a different time.
Just saying.
I want to like get to there and see if I can see through to anything at least.
You see a large river rushing through the cavern, moving very fast.
At least we'll be clean by the end of it.
Guys, I think the creatures might be nearby. They can
Well-
swim very well.
You might as well just go to the edge of the water.
At least we'll get clean.
All right, so at the edge of the water, you're going to see quite a bit of stuff. Let me reveal some stuff to you.
Because Lucan just hangs back. I'm too clean.
No,
for
I'm coming. I was just trying to decide if I had a spell that could prevent me from walking in this.
that.
Prestidigitation? No.
Well, I have Tensor's floating disc, but it follows me. I don't get to control it, so it wouldn't really work.
Okay. So looking across, this is a somewhat fast-moving, like underground river in front of you, Silas. The water is a murky greenish color, and it has like a very kind of like a rotting smell to it, like a rotting egg stench. Across the water, you can see 3 small dugout cavern entrances, about 5 feet wide and almost 9 feet tall. The water, at least from where you are, it's tough to see how deep it is, but it looks to be quite deep.
Why can't I be one level higher?
I might be able to get us across this quite easily. If that's what we want to do.
I think that's what we have to do.
If you do a long jump, how many feet can you go in that long jump? Out of curiosity. Like 10 feet of a distance from a long jump?
Oh, it's based on. Let me check again. It's based on your strength, I think.
So I'm kind of assuming
So
since
not
we're at the
long, right?
river, there's got to be solid ground at the river.
with a long jump.
Ish.
With the running start, your long jump is 10 feet horizontally. Without a running start, it is 5 feet horizontally.
Okay. So what I want to do, and I want to know if the game mechanically allows this. I want to cast Tensor's Floating Disc as a ritual. Basically, it's a very narrow 3 feet, so only probably 1 to 2 people can ride on it, but can hold up to 500 pounds. And if I long jump to get 10 feet deep into the river, I then use Misty Step to cross the rest of it. The disc would follow me, right? So I could get 3 people across at once.
And then 1 Yuska.
Yeah,
Well, I figured Yuska and Eve would be like together or something, like on top of each other to get those 2, because it's a 3.
Oh yeah,
foot
so the
wide
disc follows you if. Okay.
if I'm more than 20
Yeah.
feet
So
away.
so you're basically going to jump and then Misty Step, and the disc is going to follow you like a wagon.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
I just don't know how the other 2, because I don't think I can get all 5 at once.
Well, Yusuke can probably wild shape into something, can't he? With Eek on top.
Isn't this considered an elevation change though? Because it says the disc can't move across a 10-foot deep pit.
But it's not a pit because it's filled with something.
But that was just an example because it was saying it can't move across.
Well, that's
that.
why I wanted to ask, because I could see someone arguing the water means the pit's full, so the top's where the water level is, but I could also see it being the bottom of the water, which is why I wanted to ask before I just did it. Because I don't want to jump across and then whoever's on the disc is now at the bottom of the river. That's how we lose party members.
I think it's okay. Makes sense because it's water. You're not like crossing an empty ravine or anything.
So do we have a way for the other 2?
It's like
Because I don't...
It's the rule of cool.
Yeah. Because, I mean, arguably, all 5 of you could fit in a 3-foot space if you climbed each other, but I feel like the disc moving would have you guys fall off each other. Just from momentum. Unless Yuska turned into, like, a mouse or something.
No, I think I can cast into something that swims at my level.
Okay.
I just can't do anything that flies yet. Let me find the...
You want to leave Benor?
Yeah, I don't care. He's not coming on the disc, I know that much.
Benor would just walk in the water, just dead straight.
Yeah, I know it would. That's the problem.
He's gonna walk in and be like, woof.
Yeah, that's why I was hoping.
Water.
That's why I was hoping that Eek could go on with Yuska across.
Benor would use his oar to cross the water. Does Benor have a special ability since he's a farrier?
How fast is the water though?
That's a good
Is it
point.
pretty quick?
It looks like it's moving pretty fast.
Okay, because we could technically get a rope that's long enough, tie it onto both ends. Sylvia doesn't need to breathe, and she can just hold onto the rope as she like crawls across it while she's like drowning.
Yeah.
Well, we all do have explorer packs that have 50-foot of rope in them.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I can wild shape into a crocodile.
Just I'm not gonna suggest that unless Tyler's okay with potentially dying to water.
Uh-huh.
I don't breathe. I breathe, but
Well, you can get like sucked away. I meant.
Well, I don't think so actually, because
yeah,
if
true.
one end gives way, the other end will be held probably by like Silas or something. So just don't
Okay.
like that.
I'll have you roll probably like a grip check.
In a water accident.
Yeah, I'll probably have it'll be like a grip check on you. Like if you can maintain on holding onto the rope while you're getting smashed by water.
I mean, that would be probably the best way then, since we do all have rope to basically tether ourselves to.
Is the disc no longer an option because Eek is 3 feet tall?
Well, no, I
No,
figured it would do Silas with Eek on top of him
Okay.
on the disc, so you two get across when I get across. I'll hold a rope, so when I teleport, it comes with me, with it tied to the other half, and then afterwards, Sylvia uses it to breach the water,
Well, I mean, if you get across, we'll be across technically at the same time.
which is
so-
true too. I mean, technically, we could only even just need like 5 feet of rope as long as he's holding onto it. If it's tied around his waist, the disc would just move across and he'd be attached to it, just flying in the water.
Why don't we just like they can just hold on to it? Well, in the water, but
Yeah.
grip check.
Unless Lee gets crazy and says the water puts more than 500 pounds of force when it's pulling against them.
Oh, body.
Yeah, I don't think the disc would be very easy to hold on to. I imagine it as like a mercury disc almost, so it's like it's smooth to the touch.
Okay.
I would rather it be like Sylvia and Silas are like tied to the waist by a rope, and he's just as demeaningly as possible. Sylvia's just like following the disc.
He's like a lure. He's just bobbing.
Well, I was saying, like, well, we could have 2 ropes. We could have one, like, you tied to Benor, and then me tied to Sylvia. And...
So that's my idea.
I think we go with it.
I mean, I could just wild shape into a crocodile.
And if you want a wild, well,
Yeah, I was kind of
for
hoping
that too.
that you'd be willing to not partake in this, so at least one of us will get across safely.
Yeah, that sounds like a decent plan.
Well, if they want to do that, I won't ferry them across, and I'll just wild shape
Well, are you gonna?
and
well-
get across.
Well, is a crocodile going to be able to ferry people across, like us standing on it or holding on to it?
Big.
I mean, I'd rather have like the chance of us being able to get across without like something popping out of the water, possibly.
I mean, you could tie a rope to Yuska or put it in his mouth, and he could swim across with the rope in his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you still be able to go underwater to see if there's any danger, but it is murky.
Yeah, my plan, I just was hoping to have the least amount of people potentially getting lost downstream.
Yeah.
So maybe we should do it.
I mean, theoretically, we could like, well, I have rope, and I don't know who else has rope, but we could all like basically create like a mountaineers thing where everybody's tied together.
Yeah,
think-
I have rope.
I think we should all have it.
So
Okay.
All right, so the plan is, tell me what you guys are like, the action you guys are taking.
I vote disc.
A disc.
I vote Yuska.
well, so if we could do both, though, technically, I mean,
Yeah.
Yuska could wild shape and have Benor and Sylvia, and then Lucan can pull Eek and myself across with the disc.
Yeah, let's
We'll
do that.
just kind of
Yeah. Well, I
keep
guess
us all
that's up
together. keep us all together, kind of with rope, just in case one thing happens. We have a backup safety.
Yeah, well, I guess that's up to Sylvia who she wants to be tied to.
Ika's gonna go and clean herself off a little bit while people are doing stuff.
You never touched the hoop.
Sure,
Unless you...
She's backstroking over for.
Oh yeah.
So the ropes are out.
Doesn't really matter to me who I get tied to, if that's what we're doing.
Can you position your tokens in like the line of the order of being tied?
So like Lucan would be in front of myself and Eek.
And Ika's on Silas.
Yeah. And then it would be like if we're all trying to go at the same pace, roughly. I mean, it would be like then Yuska with Sylvie and Benor behind, or however.
Behind her, next to you.
Like, but like if we cross at the same time, so like Yuska and Lucan would be at the same pace going across.
All right. I guess Lucan takes a running jump.
All right.
Yeah.
It's gonna end poorly.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
So
Oh, it's
Lucan running jumps. Your floating disc is out, right?
Yeah, so they're going to be on the floating disc just beside me. Running jump should bring me to here before I stop moving, and then I would Misty Step 30 feet.
Ooh, yeah. Which one do you want to go to?
to land, because I mean, would this be me safe on land if I did that? Or would I be still too close to the river to be like...
Make a acrobatics check.
Okay. I'm going to do it with advantage.
Okay. Using your human? Or using the...
My actual inspiration.
Oh, okay. You still want to...
Actually, no, I'm going to use the human one, because that comes back every day.
Okay.
Yeah, so 18.
So you see Lucan run and then jump, and then he turns into mist, and he flies across, and he reappears, and he lands at the edge of the soft, muddy ground, and you slip a bit, but you firmly grasp in. You see his legs kick back a little bit, and he pulls himself up onto shore, onto the other side.
Nice.
As the two of us follow, pretty much, since we're on the disc.
I like to imagine you guys are like a casual, like, walking pace, just disc.
And you guys just the disc just kind of floats, and then it jets a bit, and then it floats, and now the disc is just sitting there at the edge.
I'll jump off of it onto solid land.
I'm staying on the disc.
Well, that's more than enough exercise for me today.
Behind you, Silas, Lucan, and Ikanik, you hear.
I'm gonna pull out my crossbow. Just to be ready.
Okay. So, Benor, Yuska, and Sylvia, you saw that happen. You saw there's a brief little as you saw Lucan miss for a sec, but he's able to grab and pull himself up, and then just Ike and Silas just slowly go over the water. Lucan's a little wet, but nothing too bad.
Well, I will get into the water
Okay.
and turn into a crocodile.
So Yuska, as you turn to the crocodile form, you emerge into the water. The water is about 60 feet deep as you look down in the water. And it's moving pretty quickly, but you're able to, in your crocodile form, hold steady and swim. It's very murky, has this very like almost like a greenish, yellowish tint to it. And every now and again, you see a little bit of refuge kind of carry its way down the river. By refuge is like clumps of grass and rock. But so far, so good.
This must be the river that we saw at the entrance to the mountain, then.
Yep.
That is something I should have grasped immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So Sylvia and Benor, give me acrobatics checks or athletics checks, your choice for both of you.
I don't have his sheet, do I?
Try double click on him. Or shift double click maybe. Does that work? If not, he should be under
Yep.
the.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sorry, his character sheet's just different than mine.
Oh
Trying
yeah.
to figure out where it is.
You know, I don't think Eek is an Aves.
Do just a
I'm
dexterity
pretty
roll.
convinced that she's actually just a cat.
Benor. Oh, we both got a 10. Okay, cool. So there are points as you guys are being pulled along where, because your feet don't touch the ground for some time. So 50 feet. So 50 feet of rope. Do some math in my head. Because the river's 60 feet deep. You guys are completely submerged underwater, walking along the riverbank. There are points where you get pushed by the flowing river, and you have to like stop and kind of brace yourself and move. But with 10s, you guys are able to cross. You see the crocodile emerge on the other side, and then you see Sylvia and Benor both emerge covered in just wet moss, looking like Swamp Thing emerging from the waters.
Oh, and it smells like rotten eggs, right?
Yeah, they both smell awful.
As I come out, I'll be like, I'm on the disc next time.
Benor smells like normal.
Yeah,
I haven't
pretty
dropped
much.
crocodile form either. I'm still in crocodile form.
Well, let's hope we don't need to use the disc like that anytime soon again.
Yeah.
Since I don't think Silas will do all that well at the bottom of the lake with heavy armor.
I'm gonna, pull my sights back up then.
Yuska, you look so cool. The big mouth and teeth.
I'll give her an accepting like crocodile crunch or something. I don't know what they do.
Indeed.
Crocodile Crunch.
Sounds like a cereal. So in front of you guys, as you're moving down this corridor, the skittering has not stopped. However, it sounds like it's coming more from the left corridor. As you're going through this, these will look to be somewhat dug out chambers. The walls on both sides and the ceiling above you, which is about 9 to 10 feet, looks like there's this very thick mucusy substance along the sides of it. But up ahead, over here, you hear
I'll drop the wild shape.
Okay.
And come up behind Silas and put my hand on his shoulder again. And give him one of these. I think there might be some down that corridor.
That'd be some good fan art. Just
Big bear going
Great.
left or right.
I think they might be to the left.
To the left, to the left.
No,
continuing to the left.
you go the quiet way. It can always be deadly too.
We're going to the left.
Go to the left. Executive decision.
Eek's floating.
Like 20 feet behind us, yeah. You're not very close.
That was like 5 feet.
All right, so Silas, when you get to there, in front of you, growing out of mounds of what looks to be some sort of guano, are a few of the same zirkwood mushrooms that you saw in the beginning. Those very large forest mushrooms,
Mm-hmm.
also covered in slime. Eerie clicking sounds betray the presence of, now you see the 4 Kikimore warriors are rummaging around the cavern. And as you walk towards the cavern in your heavy plate mail, the Kikimore warriors stop and they turn and they look over at you, and there's this loud screech as they all 4 of them. So the same ones that you met before, just and roll initiative.
Oh man.
Top of the round, Zeeknik.
Alright. Well, the disc ain't moving until Lucan moves, so it sucks. I can't see them from here, can I?
Nope.
Nope.
You gotta pretty much get behind me.
Oh, that poops. Like, can I even see them past, like, this thing?
You gotta be like by Silas to see him.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta be like
If I wanted to give a good berry out as I walk past everyone, could that be my action? Like, put it in their pocket
for one of them, yeah.
for one of them. Oh,
Who gave you a floating disc to sit on?
I do a lot of damage. What's my range for my short bow? 80.
20.
Okay, I'll get off the disc. Boop. 20, 30. Oh, that was not right. 10, 15, 20, 25. I don't like this. So I'm gonna go right here. And I'm gonna hold my action until I see a Kikimore warrior come up to Silas, and then I'll shoot one.
Okay.
Oh.
Benor.
Norris.
Yeah, Benor.
So they can go there and shoot the first Kikimore warrior.
You got it.
Oh my god.
Oh, there it is.
Benor sucks.
The arrow goes wide into the ceiling and hits one of the Zerka woods.
Did I do good, master?
No. And I get him to go stand behind Silas.
We're all bunched up.
Brah.
So ugly.
They're so ugly.
They are.
He can only move to there, so this Kikimore warrior runs like a horse up to Silas, trying to get as close as he can with his dash. This Kikimore warrior does the
Effectively
same.
blocks out the other ones.
Lucan.
Do these? You said they run like horses. Do they look like almost like that thing from the Vision? Because you said they had like horse legs. It was like almost like a dragon with horse legs. Does it have a similar stature of body?
Yeah, they do have some similarities to the aberrations of them. Yeah,
Okay. Interesting.
it's a good catch.
I am going to. For this round, I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast the one in the front.
Eldritch Blast. I got a better view of him if you want to see him here.
Ooh.
Ew.
That's even uglier.
So the one in the front, 27 and an 18, both hit. 17 points of force damage as you splinter off part of his chitinous shell. The Yuska.
Okay. Alright. So I'll take a 5-foot step and give myself a better view. Yuska is going to do something he has never done before.
I like the sound of that.
So he's gonna take his staff, and with the bottom of it, he's gonna carve like a little line in front of him, and then like push it forward. I'm gonna cast Tidal Wave,
Oh,
Oh.
nice.
going down here, hitting all 3 of those.
Okay.
Would it hit Silas?
No. So I can conjure a wave of water, within 120 feet. I can be 30 feet long and 10 feet wide, and up to 10 feet tall.
So the closest one to you and the one on the bottom right both failed. The one on the left succeeded.
Okay, the ones that fail take the 25 and are prone.
Is it half damage for the...
And it's half damage for the one that succeeded.
Gosh, that's a nice dude.
But he is not knocked prone.
So you're prone, and you take half. So you see this giant tidal wave just go careening through this cavern, and after it fades away, 2 Kikimore warriors are laying on their side, looking damaged. A third one looks damaged, but it's still standing.
And I'll step back. That's my turn.
Nice. Silas.
Oh, I'll step right there.
So he's down in front of you, so you get advantage on your swings because he's
Yeah.
prone.
Shing shing.
20, 13, 13. Only the first one hits.
Oh, 13.
So you slice through one of the open carapace parts of his body, and then the second two, as you come down, it's squirming, so you hit its shell and miss the second 2 attacks.
Ugh. And that'll be it.
Goes to Sylvia.
I'm going to move here and shoot at this warrior, and I have advantage on the attack because he hasn't gone yet.
Cool. $21 hits.
I hit something? What? That'll be the end of my turn.
Got it. Arrow flies true. More warrior dashes to there.
Is he gonna do what I think he's gonna
He's gonna burrow halfway through the wall to you.
Crap.
So he just busts half of the wall as he smashes into it. Getting up to Silas, which puts him in range of Eek. You want to take your attacks on the left one?
Yeah, absolutely. It's already been hit, so that's a Colossus Slayer. Is that a Is he a monstrosity?
He is a monstrosity.
Hell yeah. It still didn't do it.
First attack hits for 13.
Can I do a double attack? Okay.
Ooh.
So close. 8 plus 2.
Extra 9, nice. And the warrior is going to make his bite attack on Silas. 24.
Yep.
So make a con save.
Oh my god, he got hit.
Oh, to fail. So you take 20 points of damage. And you took 10 points of poison damage, so your maximum hit points reduces by 10.
Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
So your maximum HP is now at 38.
Well, you had advantage. You could succeed on the con.
Yeah, I could.
You want to? You'll still take the
Yeah.
poison damage, but you won't lose the hit points.
So I take 17.
From your feet, yeah.
Yep.
So by the gods, you've passed. Top of the round, Zeke and Eek.
Awesome. I want to go here, and I would like to use my poop and my tinderbox to make a little fire right there. So, if it pleases you, I would like to use one insect poop ball to make a fire.
Sure.
Honestly, actually, I have a torch I'm gonna use instead, so I don't waste those. I just have the torch on the ground
So you want to light it? You want to cast? You want to light a torch? That's a bonus
Yeah.
action.
with my tinderbox.
Okay. So it's bonus action. Light the torch.
Okay. I put it on the ground. And if I light the arrow, that's like technically a bonus action. Because I have to get my bow back, so I can't do it.
Right.
Right. Okay, well that's cool. I'm setting up. And then I will hold my action to do nothing because I don't have my bow out. Oh no, I'll use my action to give Lucan like 2 good berries. Here, Lucan, take this.
So, are those my first 2, or did I get the other one for?
Those are your first 2. I didn't do anything else.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Don't hit the fire.
So you put 2 good berries in Lucan's pocket, and then you light a torch and you drop it on the ground.
Yeah.
And Benor's up.
Before I do Benor's turn, I just want to say that I didn't realize I had access to his character sheet before, but now that I do, I realized he has the spell Control Water, and we could have avoided that entire thing with the water. Thanks.
Well, control water is just a cantrip, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's a very, very strong cantrip. You can do.
Yeah,
a
I could have
lot.
parted the water and we could have walked across.
You could have
You
Moses
could
the
also
water.
freeze it. Yeah, you could have made a wall of ice for us to walk across.
Oh, we could have had a Benor Moses moment.
Yes, we could have. Anyways, he's gonna shoot the.
Harassed me, master.
He's
What's
gonna
up,
shoot
CB?
The Kikimore warrior that's up, or that's standing up.
Go. Crit.
Ooh, crits.
7 points of damage. With that 7 points of damage, the Kikimore warrior starts to look pretty roughed up. Still alive, still half burrowed into the wall, but he looks pretty rough. This Kikimore warrior is going to use his movement to stand. He's
How
gonna.
does sneak work? Doesn't sneak also take effect if I'm within, or is an enemy within 5?
Yeah, that was
Beautiful.
Benor.
That was Benor, though. That was
Oh,
that was
okay.
Benor. Kikimore warrior is gonna
Okay.
bite Silas,
No.
and you smack him aside with your scythe. This Kikimore warrior is gonna stand. It's half his movement. Half his movement. Dash. Lucan.
All right. I didn't expect him to move there, but that's okay. Okay, I am going to cast Hypnotic Pattern so that it hits all 4 of them.
Ooh. Okay. So the twisted pattern of colors weaves through the air around all of them.
Actually, I think it only hit 3 of them. The one seems like he's just tall enough, like high enough that I can't get all of them.
Damn.
Well, rotate the cube and it'll be the same.
So it is a wisdom save? Wisdom save.
Yes, Wisdom against 15.
So the one that's in the wall that's hurt succeeds, but the other 2 fail. And they are charmed.
So they cannot move and they are considered incapacitated until they are hurt.
So the 2 with the broken hearts are charmed. Nice, that's a good move.
It is.
Yeah, and then I'm going to use my bonus action to heal Silas a tad.
You got it. And I gave you a blue dot for your concentration.
Have fun with that 4 HP. Oh yeah, the disc is gone, so if you were sitting on it, it would have been gone anyway now that I cast that.
Goes to Yiska.
For my action, yeah, one already kind of roughed up. That is a little hurt.
I love this combat music.
It's really intense.
I'm gonna blast him with a produce flame.
Cool. Oh, 13 misses.
For my bonus action, I'll cast Healing Word on Silas.
Silas is for 8.
And I will take a sidestep.
Goes to Silas.
Well, I'm gonna bonus action swing at the one in front of me.
Wow.
That's not charmed.
Ooh.
The charmed it still can attack you. It just can attack Lucan.
No, it says they're incapacitated.
Yeah.
So with the crit, you just slice through this Kikimore warrior and kill it.
So if it's incapacitated, I can't do opportunity then.
He's just like blah blah.
All right.
Can't attack
I'm
or
gonna
react.
I'm gonna move over there and action attack the one on the wall.
Okay. First one misses, but the second one swings true for 8. Goes to Sylvia.
I'm gonna shoot the one on the wall as well.
Cool. Oh,
13 hit?
13 misses.
Alright, that's the end of my turn.
Roll 20 is taking a while to load up for me there.
Yeah, it took a second for it to roll as well.
Yeah. The Kikimore warrior looks confused and is kind of just standing there. Eek.
Okay. So we seem to be handling these guys pretty well. If I were to do an improvised weapon attack, what is that? Is that strength?
What's your weapon attack?
It would be the torch.
Like, you want to pick it up and rush over there and hit it, or you want to throw it at him?
I wanted to put it in his mouth. Because he's kind of incapacitated. You don't know if he's drooling.
As soon as you attack him, he's not incapacitated, just so you know.
There'll be a torch in his mouth, so...
But he'll still be able to attack you. And he's the one who goes next, just so you know. Don't do a walk and do a moonbeam to touch somebody.
You've already done that once.
Okay, fine. I'll just light a poop on fire. Okay, take my bow out with an arrow.
Oh my god.
Poop ball. Bonus action. Free action. Lean towards the fire. Light it on fire. And that shoot. Okay. Let me just make sure I put down the right thing. Oh. The incapacitated one in front of me.
Why don't you shoot the one that isn't incapacitated?
Can I see? Is Silas not in the way?
Yeah, you get him. It's fine.
Okay. Then I'll do that one.
This one?
And he's already been hit, correct?
Yep.
It's a poop ball. It has to hit.
A 15 misses.
I'll use advantage.
You're gonna use your advantage to make a hit? Alright. The gods really want this shit flaming arrow to smash into this Kikimore, and it does. See Amelia. For 11 points of damage.
Oh boy.
And as the first short bow attack hits, the Kikimore looks pretty wounded from his own shit being fired at him.
It was on fire, though.
Yeah.
It was on fire. There's some fire there. Okay. I'm gonna do my second attack with a regular arrow.
Okay.
I'm not gonna use this shit. And I'll shoot again.
CB, I'm a bit upset. I feel like Eek is me in real life. An 18 hits for 5.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Thought that missed.
Without the feathers. And the extra 7. The Kikimore warrior is barely able to stand after those 2 shitballs, but he's still standing.
Okay. I'd be like, Don't step in the fire, guys. It's right here.
Benor.
So Benor's gonna be, well, Benor.
And run
And
up.
he's gonna shoot the incapacitated one.
Thank you, Tyler.
You got it, dude.
You better miss.
He's Benor. That's what he would do.
He misses.
And he missed.
Arrow goes over his head. Kikimore Warrior looks confused and just kind of stands there. This one is going to attack Silas with a bite. 25.
That hits.
Make a con save. You're looking at 25 damage right now. Or 22.
These things deal so much damage.
So you don't take any venom, but you take the 11 damage and then the 14 poison. So 8 piercing because your armor.
So 22.
Yeah.
Hey, Eekneek, do you see why I incapacitated them now?
It's pretty nice.
Goes to Lucan.
Alright, I am going to Eldritch Blast the warrior that's not incapacitated.
Got it.
Ignore the third one. I only clicked it twice, but roll 20's a thing.
Let's go. So the first two both hit, and the 19 is enough to smash the Kikimore Warrior into the wall, killing it.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to healing word Silas.
Fatty fat stuff. Thanks for the 300 bits to give Eek advantage. Eek, as she gets inspired by her ears that clearly move on their own. Appreciate it. Thanks so much.
He's my friend.
Might Russell.
Yeah, his name's Russell. Russ. He goes by Russ. Don't call him Russell.
Oh. Russ. My bad, dude.
That's good.
Amelia says that's exactly how I like my Eek.
Oh, he shared emotes. What is this?
A heal for 9. Oh yeah, whenever anyone does like bits or subs, emotes get sent through the chat.
Yep.
Awesome.
An IPA gives Silas advantage, says it looks lonely without inspiration. The beer gods are helping each other.
Yeah.
Ghosty.
Still incapacitated.
So this one looks somewhat beat up with his carapace looks shattered, but the one in the back looks untouched so far.
Let's see.
And as it gets closer to 10 o'clock, I feel like we're not going to be in Foundry for another 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh no.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine. Yeah, you're right, Amelia.
Quicker decisions.
Yeah, so I will hit the Kikimore Warrior with a Produce Flame. I'm gonna save my other thing I was gonna do. No!
So the 12 misses, so he's still just dazed.
Alright, bonus action, I'm gonna heal Silas again.
Silas heals for 7. Goes to Silas.
We're gonna action.
Music cut out.
Wow.
This is why fights take, because we never hit anything.
Yeah.
I think it's Silas.
The dice is out. The dice is out, I swear.
Wow.
Ooh.
Use your
Wow.
inspiration.
No, I'm not gonna use my inspiration to get whacked in this turn.
All
Okay.
3 miss. Yusuke and his dice. Sylvia's up.
It's there! I have it! I have Laura's magic dice, but they're not working right now.
I'm just gonna shoot him.
You got it. 26 hits. He gets the sneak too. Woo.
Some good
18
things.
points of damage. That Kikimore Warrior is now no longer charmed, but he looks pretty rough.
Oh, woof.
CB says, "Damn it, Silas, use your inspiration. I'll give you another."
Now you say it, CB.
Do you want to move or do you want to stay there? Oh, I think he did Sylvia DC.
Yeah, he's locked up, it looks like.
Kikimore Warrior is incapacitated. He can eek.
Yay, okay. So I'm gonna light another poop arrow. Gonna stick the poop on the arrow, light it up, and shoot the non-incapacitated one now.
You got it. First one hits. And the extra 5 damage drops the Kikimore Warrior as he falls with a poop arrow lodged in his face.
Oh yeah. I like to assume that it's smoldering a little bit.
Sure.
It's a shitty way to kill them, little buddy.
Got him.
Pun intended.
Okay, so can I pick up my torch and walk? Or is that like a bonus action that I already used to put poop on my arrow?
Yeah, it's fine. Go ahead.
Okay, I pick up the torch and I walk. Right there. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Hold on.
That's alright, Revert. The webcams will refresh once Revert comes back. So don't mind the crazy webcams right now.
Can't even see me. I can do what I want.
I'm perfectly fine.
Benor's gonna step forward and does what Benor does, and he's gonna shoot after seeing how Sylvia played it. So short bow misses.
Wow.
Goes to
That's
Lucan.
an oof, sir. What is his bonus?
Oh,
Plus
did he
3? Ooh.
burrow? Damn it.
The who burrow?
I only have one warrior. Or did the other one die and I just...
The other one died.
Yeah,
I missed that.
Yeah.
I thought he burrowed. God.
Now
Alright.
we're down to 1.
I'm gonna use my action to heal Silas by 10 with my hammer. And that is me.
Nice. Yuska. There he is. He's coming back. Were you like leaning to get into frame?
That was in Yuska's frame.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
You're good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move there, and I'm gonna hold Produce Flame until Silas closes the gap with the other Kikimore Warrior.
Okay. Goes to Silas. You see,
Assuming that's what it's gonna do.
see, Yuska has flame building in his paws.
Ooh, I can actually get there. Yep, we're gonna go right there.
Give me your flame too, while he's roll. Yep, 19 hits. So it takes the 9 fires. You're rushing up, Silas. The flame explodes in front of you. Oh!
Wow.
Then all 3 attacks come flying in, and all 3 miss. Silas rushes out in rage and.
Just because I'm really pissed, we're gonna action surge.
Okay.
We're
Oh.
gonna advantage that or inspiration that.
Get that crit.
With the extra 1 damage.
Yep,
But it actually hits.
but it hits too.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So the gods call for Silas to hit this attack, and he crits and he slices. So you did 11, 19. 19 points of damage. Goes to Sylvia.
I'm gonna move so I can see the Kikimore, and then I'm gonna shoot it.
You got it. Oh, that's a good sneak roll. Oh,
Oh my god.
Jesus. So,
Just destroys it.
so Sylvia, how do
I
you want
think
to do
that
this,
makes up
dude?
for all the other shots
Yeah.
you've made tonight.
That was some
Yeah,
damage.
really. I'm just gonna shoot it. I'm just gonna shoot it like right in its like eye.
The Kikimore just drops
That's
in front of you, Silas, and the squirt of green ooze just like splurts across your chest. With the hypnotic pattern gone. Now the 5 of you in Benor are standing in this large, empty cavern full of slime and growing mounds of guano and the large zirkwood mushrooms. The cavern extends to the south and goes to the east. But, Ghosty ones, it's 10, so if you want to keep playing, I'm down. If you want to stop here, we can stop here.
Well, no matter what we do, Lucan would like to take a short rest.
I have work tomorrow.
Yeah, I gotta be in the office tomorrow as well.
So do you want to try
Yeah,
to
we
take
still gotta do our buying.
You want to do a short rest
Oh yeah.
here?
Yeah, we can do a short rest here.
Yeah, I suppose.
Sounds like a plan. Alright, so the ghosty ones. You guys went to the eastern side of this cavern, this cave, found the Drider. Then you came back to the west, across the river, fought some Kikimore. So we'll be back with the ghosty ones, playing D&D next Monday at 7. You about to start a session 0 IPA? Nice, dude.
Cool.
Right now? Like in a couple minutes? And our next stream, or my next stream, is Thursday at 8 o'clock, doing some world building. If you haven't yet, a lot of these guys down here, or over there, over there. A lot of streamers over here, if you want to catch them, they're in the Discord, and you'll see them when they go live. Not streaming though, uses using Microscope to do some world building. Nice. Are you going to DM IPA? So I'll be live on Thursday, and then the Great Games is Saturday. We'll do some Battle Royal. Hope to see you then. If you want to chat about D&D in the meantime, join the Discord. Grab some free 5th edition content. And we'll see you on Thursday. So, see ya. Have a good night.
Bye.
Later.
Right.
This dungeon's so big.
Oh, I accidentally zoomed
Yeah.
out when we first started, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
I realize how much we've actually done tonight. I'm like, oh,
we did so
man.
much.
We did a lot.
Compared
but
to
if you
last
look at the map, we didn't do that much.
Well, last time we did a lot of stuff before we even got to the dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotta get off.
Alright.
I'll see you guys
Bye.
later.
Later.
See you later.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I suppose you two are have to go into Foundry and buy your stuff, huh?
Yeah.
We do. We do.